formulaic heat? Do they say, man, you've really, your accent's gone, or your pronunciation's...
Oh, I've never had an...
The WWE world just got a chilling wake-up call. Triple H and Brock Lesnar are plotting a devastating strike against Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins. What started as subtle backstage tension has exploded into an all-out war brewing behind the scenes. The game's cryptic promise of "the Beast is back" wasn't just hype. It was a declaration of ruthless intent. Lesnar's unpredictable fury, combined with Triple H's cold, calculated strategy, means no one involved is safe, especially Heyman and Rollins, who now find themselves squarely in the crosshairs. This isn't just a rivalry. It's a full-scale assault set to shake WWE to its core. The question is, who will survive the coming onslaught? The WWE Universe watches intense anticipation as the battle lines are drawn. The return of the Beast, a strategic masterstroke. Let's rewind and understand the method behind this madness, because this was never a random decision or a last-ditch ratings grab. This was surgical, strategic, precise. In recent months, the WWE Universe has sensed something was off. Subtle shifts in storytelling, delayed pushes for top stars, and a mysterious energy humming behind the scenes. All pointing to one name: Brock Lesnar. Since his controversial exit last year, Lesnar had seemingly vanished from the WWE landscape, retreating to his isolated farm in Saskatchewan, away from the limelight and chaos of the wrestling world. Fans speculated he was done, retired, content in quiet solitude. They couldn't have been more wrong. Triple H never stopped thinking about Lesnar. More than just a ratings booster or a marquee matchmaker, he needed the Beast for a grander purpose. The company was faltering under layers of politics, egos, and complacency. Triple H, tired of being a mere figurehead caught in backstage turmoil, knew that to rebuild WWE, he first had to burn it down. Who better to unleash than Brock Lesnar, the Beast? Unleashed, no loyalty, no mercy. Brock Lesnar is a man without allegiance, a force of destruction that carves a path of chaos wherever he goes. He asks no questions and answers to no one. When Triple H boarded a private jet, leaving behind the public eye and press cameras, it wasn't with a simple contract. It was with a vision of domination, destruction, and revenge. The flight to Lesnar's farm was silent, the atmosphere heavy with purpose. Lesnar agreed to return, but on one condition: full control over his narrative. Triple H, desperate for a reset, gave him exactly that. This isn't Brock Lesnar as we've seen him before. The smug villain delivering casual insults, the coward launching surprise attacks from behind. This is Brock Lesnar stepping into the light, not as a villain, but as an anti-hero. A fan favorite with a mission. A man fueled by scars, ready to take down the so-called untouchables. The betrayal that ignited the Beast's fury. No story of vengeance is complete without betrayal, and Brock's list burns hottest at one name: Paul Heyman. Heyman was once Brock's fiercest advocate, his strategist, his voice inside and outside the ring. But everything changed when Roman Reigns became the tribal chief. Heyman made a choice, a cold, calculated choice, to abandon Brock Lesnar and pledge loyalty to the bloodline. To Heyman, it was business. To Lesnar, it was a knife plunged deep into his back. That betrayal still smolders in Lesnar's mind, and now he's returning not just with fists, but with a storm of fury aimed directly at Heyman's heart. The untouchables, cracks in the foundation. Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins have long been the untouchables, the puppet masters behind WWE's chaotic eras. Heyman, with his iron grip on every major title picture for years, and Rollins, carrying the Raw brand on his broad shoulders, have shaped the company's landscape. But according to Triple H, they've grown reckless. Too powerful, too arrogant, too complacent. Heyman's betrayal and Rollins' insolence are unforgivable. The time for hand-picked champions and backstage politics is over. Triple H is tearing down the old regime, and Brock Lesnar is the wrecking ball swinging with unstoppable force. SummerSlam Shockwave, the announcement that shook the world. The arena pulsed with raw energy, a sea of anticipation washing over tens of thousands of fans hungry for a spectacular show. Suddenly, the atmosphere shifted as Triple H's music hit, and the crowd erupted, thinking the legendary game was delivering a routine promo. But this was no ordinary moment. Stepping into the spotlight with a cold, calculated smirk, Triple H's voice cut through the roar. "The Beast is back." The words hung heavy in the air. No match details, no opponent named, just a dark promise and an ominous warning. This wasn't a mere comeback. It was the beginning of a ruthless invasion, one that would shake WWE to its core and redefine the battle lines forever. The war begins. Targets locked. Chaos imminent. Lesnar's mission is clear. First, take down Paul Heyman, the mastermind behind the bloodline. Then, silence Seth Rollins, the loudest voice on Raw, the self-proclaimed future. Rumors swirl that Lesnar may also have a message for Roman Reigns, the tribal chief himself. The ultimate clash between the Beast and the bloodline might be inevitable, but not yet. Triple H wants to decapitate the leadership first. This isn't about titles or glory anymore. This is about settling scores, tearing down false idols, and reclaiming respect. The Beast's method: unpredictable, ruthless, relentless. Brock Lesnar isn't the type to play mind games or engage in petty trash talk. He's a force of nature, raw, brutal, and devastating. His method is simple but terrifying. Inflict maximum pain with surgical precision. There's no grandstanding, no long-winded promos, just cold, merciless destruction. Each strike lands like a thunderclap, each move calculated to break bodies and spirits alike. With Triple H orchestrating from behind the scenes, Lesnar's return isn't about scripted storylines or rehearsed matches. It's an unleashed storm, a wild beast set free with one purpose: to tear through WWE's foundations and leave chaos in his wake. Contracts and rules no longer apply. This is pure, unfiltered carnage, and nobody knows where it will end. Fear in the locker room. The WWE Universe holds its breath. Since Triple H's explosive announcement, the atmosphere backstage has turned tense and uneasy. The locker room feels less like a sanctuary and more like a powder keg waiting to explode. Paul Heyman, known for his sharp wit and unshakable confidence, has been unusually silent, refusing to address the storm gathering on the horizon. Seth Rollins, normally the picture of charisma and control, avoids cameras and interviews, his unease visible in every anxious glance and jittery movement. The superstars whisper in hushed tones, casting nervous looks over their shoulders, each wondering if they'll be the next target of the Beast's fury. WWE officials scramble to maintain order, but it's clear that no amount of backstage maneuvering can halt the impending onslaught. The fear is real, and it's spreading fast. A war like no other. The WWE Universe braces for impact. Where Brock Lesnar will strike remains the most nerve-wracking mystery of all. Will he storm the squared circle during a live Raw or SmackDown broadcast, crashing a championship match and turning it into a scene of utter devastation? Or will he infiltrate the Bloodline's inner sanctum, their locker room, and shatter the illusion of safety that Paul Heyman and the faction have carefully constructed? Perhaps Lesnar's fury will be laser-focused, targeting the very men who betrayed and challenged him: Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman. Each possibility is more terrifying than the last, as fans and superstars alike await the first strike with bated breath. The suspense is suffocating, the tension nearly unbearable, as the WWE Universe prepares for a war unlike anything it has ever seen. The aftermath. Who will survive the carnage? This isn't just a feud. It's a full-scale battle for control of WWE's soul. When the dust settles, only the strongest and most cunning will survive. Some will endure by keeping their heads low, avoiding the crosshairs of the beast's wrath. Others will fight back with equal ferocity, meeting destruction head-on and refusing to bow. Triple H's declaration couldn't be clearer. The old order is finished. Paul Heyman's manipulations, the bloodline's dominance, the established power structures, all are being torn down, brick by brick. Lesnar is the nuclear weapon in this war, an unstoppable force aimed at toppling the very pillars of WWE. Final warning: watch your back. If you're a WWE superstar, consider this your final warning. Brock Lesnar isn't here to reclaim glory or chase titles. He's here to settle scores and exact brutal vengeance. Paul Heyman should be praying for mercy, and Seth Rollins should be preparing to run because the beast is back, and no one in WWE is safe. The landscape has shifted, the game has changed, and a new, ruthless era is dawning. Those who survive this storm won't just be stronger. They'll be forged in fire, tested by chaos, and ready for whatever comes next. The countdown has begun. The war is here, and it's about to get violent.